Hey, welcome to class. Sarah and I are going to take you through some core work today. So I thought what we would do is stretch out the belly first, and then we will gravitate towards our backs, and then maybe we'll gravitate towards our bellies. So with that said, why don't you just meet us in seal pose like Sarah and I are already set up, where the forearms are on the floor, and start to feel your elbows sort of dragging towards the back of your mat so you can elevate your spine. And I'd like for your butt cheeks to be nice and soft, the tops of your feet on the floor. And here we're just going to sort of catch our breath. So if you haven't had the chance to do that, start to find your inhales and your exhales. And go ahead and get connected to Sarah and I at this point. Now press your forearms into the mat so you can really feel your chest elevate, and then drag your elbows back as well. And this is all isometric movement, so everything's going to happen from the inside. And on the next breath, go ahead and lower your chest all the way down to the ground. And you're going to come into spider fingers. So you'll line your fingertips up towards your armpits. On your inhale, lift the chest up. Start to roll your shoulders back away from your ears and squeeze your elbows in towards each other while softening your glutes. And then on your exhale, lower. Bring your forehead towards the floor. Walk your fingertips out a little bit more. You can start to feel your elbows reaching up towards the sky. And on your inhale, roll your elbows towards the heels of your feet and extend your collarbone towards the top of your mat and hold. Again, lower yourself all the way back down. Same intention, you're going to walk your fingertips even further from you, spider fingers. So from here, I want you to start to, like chicken wings, roll your shoulders back and forth. And on the inhale, roll through the collarbone and the shoulders. Extend those elbows towards the back of the mat. Lift the chest up. Maybe even start to look up a little bit. One more breath here. Roll those armpits back. Let's slowly release. Walk your hands in towards you. Let's push back child's pose. Now your knees are going to need to be a little together. So not too wide, more like two fists width apart as you extend your fingertips towards the top of the mat. I want you to stretch. See if you can get your tailbone to come in contact with your heels at the same time. Then walk your hands in towards you. And as you walk your hands in towards you, you're going to stand on your knees. Your hands are going to come to prayer at the center of the chest. You're going to place them right on your sternum. We're going to lean back. So it's not a back bend as much as it is a quad stretch. So think about you're trying to keep your entire chest and thighs in a 45-degree angle. And then press the shins into the mat. Breathe in through the nose and out. Pull your belly button in and up. Imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. Drag your shin bones in towards you as well. Now press the tops of your feet into the mat and lift. One more breath here. We're going to release the hands down to the mat. Tabletop position. From here, keep the balls of your feet like fire toes on the mat. We're going to inhale, lift the knees up off the ground and hold. Now keep pressing away from the floor with your arms. Squeeze your forearms in towards each other. Pull your belly button in and up. Contract your core. Small inhales and exhales for 3. Being mindful of how you're using the bones and the muscles and the joints. Downward facing dog. It's going to be a nice little short dog. And in that short dog, come up onto the ball of the right foot. Now look underneath your right armpit. Reach your left hand back. Grab the blade of the foot. Now draw your right hip back and stretch it out. Again, it's a balancing pose. So you have to engage your core, pulling it in and up.
Let's release. The left hand comes to the mat. Now push the right heel into the mat, but come up onto the ball of the left foot. The right hand is going to come around, grab the blade of the foot, and then drop the head towards the floor, open up the left armpit. One more breath here. Work on straightening that right leg. The right hand will come to the mat. Tippy toe your feet all the way towards your hands. On your inhale, you'll lengthen the spine. And on your exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, we'll sweep our arms all up towards the sky. Reach up, find the front body stretch. So open up the chest, reach your arms back. And on your exhale, take a chair pose. Bend your knees. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. Work those shoulders away from your ears, and we'll slowly lower ourselves all the way down onto our sit bones. From here, just extend your legs out in front of you. We're going to do Pilates roll-ups. So you're going to reach towards your toes. And you're going to roll all the way back nice and slow. And then again, you're going to inhale, come all the way back up. Reach for your toes so you get that back body stretch. And then take your fingertips all the way back. Maybe the torso only comes to a 45-degree angle. And then again, you'll reach for your toes. See if you can get your fingertips beyond your toes and then roll all the way back. Keeping your arms parallel to the floor. Reach for your toes. Now the balance is in how you can contracting your core as you lean back, but then stretching yourself out as you lean forward. There's this fine line whenever we're doing any practice, the balance of the effort and the ease. We have 3 more to go. Keep reaching for your toes. Going back even further. Reaching for your toes. Then your hands are going to come back behind you. From here, your fingertips are going to face the heels of your feet. You're going to bend your knees, place your feet on the floor so you can come into a reverse tabletop position. Inhale, lift your hips up. Now from your reverse tabletop, walk your hands so they go closer toward the edges of your mat, and you'll look up towards the sky. Now our intention is to slide our tailbone between our hands. So you're going to slowly roll back, tuck your chin into your chest, extend your hips back, hold. Pull the belly button in up, keep your tailbone up off the ground, and then make the transition back to tabletop. Drop your head back, open up the chest. Exhale again, roll back, keep that tailbone up off the ground, keep working through rounding. So tuck the chin in, look at your belly button, lift your hips and hold. Again, sweep your hips forward, stretch out the front body. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Again, inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 3 more, because that's my lucky number. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your hips down. Reach for your feet. So as your hands come out in front of you, you can do little circles with your wrists, especially if they're starting to feel a little tender. We're going to play with a little bit of an arm balance. So the way this arm balance works is you're going to bend your knees. You take your forearms underneath you. Not underneath your knees, but directly underneath your thigh bones. And then from here, imagine you're trying to press your arms into the mat. You're going to tuck your chin into your chest, lift your feet up and your hips, and then hold. Slowly release. Let your arms go. From here, extend your legs out, scarecrow arms. Now lean back until your torso is at about a 45-degree angle. Then squeeze your elbows together in your forearms. Open your arms up, squeeze your forearms together. Open and close. On your inhales and your exhales. Now your legs can be strong or your legs can be soft. It's really about the connection that you're keeping with your breath. Now from here, arms are going to be open. Just lift your right leg. Lower the right leg. Lift the right leg and lower. This is so good. 3, because that's my favorite number. The right leg comes down. Let's do the left leg. Up it goes. Connect with your breath. We got this. Listen to Sarah's breath. It's perfect. All right, bring the left leg down. Forward fold, reach for your toes. Now we're going to exaggerate it with doing staff pose. So the way staff pose works is your hands are going to come next to your thigh bones. You tuck your chin into your chest and you look towards your belly button. You inhale, lift your buttocks up, and then maybe both legs up. Slowly release. Again, lean back. So we're going to layer onto what we were just doing. Forearms are going to be out. Lift the right leg, take the left elbow over, and come back. Same side. There you go. Keep the twist going. Come back to center. Let's do the other side. Left leg and right elbow. Have your feet be engaged. One more. Release. You're going to roll all the way onto your back. Press the feet onto the mat. Bridge pose. Lift your hips up. Now reach for the heels of your feet with your fingertips and just stretch out all that work you just did. Press the back of your head into the mat and catch your breath at the same time. One more breath here. Now we're going to lower our hips towards the floor. Air chair. Bring your knees in, so press your hands into your thighs, and your thighs are going to press back. But then pull your belly button in. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Now wrap your elbows around your ears and bring your elbows towards the knees, not the knees towards the elbows. And see if you can get your scapulas up off the ground. Now you're going to leave your sternum just as it is. And from here, start to bring your knees in towards the elbows and lower. So you're going to feel your pelvic bowl lifting up. You're going to feel the belly button coming in and up. You're going to feel this huge rounding. This will give you the sensations of what it's like to do a core pose. Whether it's Bakasana, side crow, a handstand. any of the trickier poses. Hang in there, you're doing great. You're doing great. 3. People like numbers when they're doing core. Gives them a feeling that there's an end in sight. And release. Place your feet down on the ground. Let your torso go to the mat as well. In through the nose and out. And one more time, bridge pose. So lift your hips up. Walk your elbows in towards each other. Stretch it out. Now, if you'd like, you can layer on, take your hands underneath your hips. So you could just rock yourself from side to side, allowing the hips to get a little bit higher, elevating the pelvic bowl more. Counter stretches are really key when you're practicing core. We'll relax, lower ourselves all the way back down to the mat. And again, we're going to set ourselves up in air chair because it's a really good beginning, especially when you're first getting started, to be able to feel how that isometric movement happens on the inside. And then you can leave your hands out in front of you. And we're going to lift our sternum up. And all we're going to do is try to tap the heels of our hands towards the floor. And you keep working on trying to get your scapulas up off the mat, even higher. And look between your legs. Maybe your eyes are closed. So that the whole idea is that you're keeping your core contracted and there's no pressure on the neck. Pull your belly in up towards you for 3. And release. Place your feet on the floor. Go right into bridge pose. Lift your hips up and stretch it out. On this next breath, lower the hips back down, pull your knees in, and as you interlace your fingers, either together or grab your hands and elbows. The idea is to get a nice rounded spine. And we'll relax the head back down to the mat. Start to take your hands behind your thighs. As you take your hands behind your thighs, you're just going to roll up, back and forth, massaging your back body. We're going to meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. And you can separate your feet a little bit. You can always hang and ragdoll if that feels good to you. And we'll lengthen the spine. Fold just the thighs. Inhale, we'll sweep our arms up nice and high. Find that front body stretch. Hips forward over the toes, chest up. And we'll exhale, fold. Hands will come down to the mat. Lengthen the spine. Let's bring the right leg back. The left leg is going to meet it. Here we are, high plank. So hang out in your high plank position. Start to use your feet to help you get more momentum moving forward and back. We want to use this high plank to contract the core. So we have some range of motion in our back. Our core is nice and warm. Come all the way forward. Lower yourself all the way down onto your belly, nice and slow. Once you come back down onto your belly, one more time, you're going to come back into the Sphinx pose, just like we started.
Now we're going to add a stretch to this. So pull the right heel in. Reach back with your right hand, grab the foot, get the funky grip. So you want to roll the fingertips over the toes. So you get an opening through the right shoulder. Now press that left arm into the mat so you're not sinking into it. Or release the right leg down, switch so the right arm comes down, lift the left leg up, reach back with the left hand, pull it in, switch the grip, let's release the left foot back down. Here you are in Sphinx pose. And gently rock your hips from side to side. Press both hands back into the mat. Child's pose. Sit back on your heels. Take a few breaths here. And we're going to come into a comfortable seat facing the front of the mat. And we'll bring our hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Ready for this brand new day. From our hearts to yours, we say namaste. Namaste. Thanks for coming, peeps.